Okay.
Awesome. So give us a little intro on what you want from the call, Rachel.
Yeah. So the purpose for this is just to lay out a really phenomenal placement strategy. I know as a lot of people are, especially when they're just getting started, a lot of times they don't know where to place people, and that's definitely one of the topics we get asked most often. And we loved the strategy you guys showed us about just what to do when you don't have any established builders yet. Where do you place people? And so I'll just, definitely let Desiree Alonto Mangandog take over. Their Blue Diamonds established, and they've been building for over 4 years now, so definitely know what they're talking about, and how they've seen this strategy get put to work and be successful. And yeah, so go ahead and take it away, guys.
All right.
Awesome.
Do you have the PowerPoint?
No.
Okay, got it. Awesome. Okay. Very good. Yeah, so when you, we don't see ourselves here. Okay. So when you're building and you don't have builders, and that's pretty common from the very get-go that you don't have established builders. Once in a while, people do get builders right away. I was fortunate to be one of those, Mary Sisti, who is in your upline, she right away wanted to build with me. So I was very fortunate.
Yeah, maybe.
No, she did it for a few months, and then she took a 5-month break, and then she came back, but she was still worthy of placing my customers underneath. So if you don't have that right away, which is totally normal, so don't get frustrated in your doTERRA building journey if you don't have builders right away. Super, super normal. So in that situation, we are going to work with a placeholder strategy. So when we talk about placeholder, a placeholder is somebody who has absolutely no interest in the business. They may not even have any interest in the doTERRA products. And we are basically borrowing their account, which requires a social security number. So a lot of times this would be a family member, maybe grandma, grandpa, an aunt, an uncle, someone who has absolutely no interest in doTERRA in general. So they are just gonna hold a spot for you. So not only are we gonna work with one placeholder, but we need to have 2 placeholders to make this strategy work the best. So find 2 family members or maybe very close friends, people that trust you, because what will happen with these individuals is that their accounts will be moved out. Like they could actually become a customer again later, but in that spot, they're going to be wiped away. They'll be taken out. So before you, right after you get this account set up as your placeholders, you need to make sure to have certain forms signed immediately. So these 2 placeholders that we're talking about, and you'll see it in probably the next graph. I don't know, Rachel, do you have another placeholder set by the first one on the left?
You want me to put one right underneath, correct?
Yep, right underneath. Do another bubble, and but PH again.
Okay.
So
basically just copy that one.
Yeah, just copy that. And we'll do another one. So these placeholders have to sign some paperwork. So there is like an account transfer form. You're not going to know obviously who it's going to be transferred to. However, you want the placeholder person to sign their part of that transfer contract. So it's set in stone. So there's nothing, because there could be a sticky situation where they're starting to make money because you're pumping some volume underneath them, and they like that money, and then they all of a sudden don't want to give up that spot anymore, right? So if we're just covering our bases. Contracts matter, and they're important. Don't just take people's word for it. So to ensure the safety of your organization, get those forms signed. There's also an account termination as well, so get that termination form signed as well as the transfer form signed. And in the future, when it's time to put people into these spots, it's easy. You have everything signed already. Your new person just signs their part, and it's done. Okay?
That's so smart. So just have them sign it ahead of time when you're talking about the initial agreement, but then just don't date it and just wait for that time.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't date it. Just get the form signed. And you know, there is a potential for these individuals to make money. And if it's somebody who has, let's see, like disability or on Social Security, and they don't want to make a check, or they don't want to make money because it's going to affect their finances, then you can have arrangements where they're gifting the money to you, so it's not an income for them. Because there could be some grandparents who are in that situation, and then just have them understand that, you know, if they may want to keep the money, then tell them to please set aside a percentage for taxes. So these people are from the get-go fully informed, and we're not putting them in a difficult space at all. Okay. Cool. All right. Did you want to share anything?
No.
Okay.
That's pretty much good.
Perfect. So this is what's going to happen, guys. Let's say you are enrolling, and you have all of these customers because everyone's like loving the essential oils, but you haven't defined, you don't have a defined builder yet. So, and guys, by the way, I just want you to understand something. Just because somebody says they want to build doesn't mean they're actually going to build. So let's just put that out there from the beginning. I always look at not the words that people say, but the actions. Are they actually telling their friends and their family about it? Are they bringing them to the table? Are they wanting to do the LRP? You know, and so we have beautiful options such as enrolling people as a wellness customer initially, and then they can change to a wellness advocate, and after 9 days you can move them anywhere you want. So that's a pretty cool feature that we have. So but you know, if you feel strongly that someone really is a builder and they're like, this is it for me, I'm going all in. I mean, I was a builder from the first time I heard about doTERRA. That I already knew about natural health. That wasn't an issue because I'm an acupuncturist. So I want you to understand, like, talk to your upline, introduce your potential builder to your uplines, not just, you know, your silver, but also your diamond upline, blue diamond upline, because we've been doing this for so long that we have a pretty good gauge. I mean, we're not always perfect, obviously, you know, things can happen, but we have a pretty decent gauge as to if someone really is serious or not. Is their mindset in the right place? Okay, and their heart in the right place to build this business. Because guys, this is not this is a business. You're becoming an entrepreneur. So if you're moving from being an employee and moving into an entrepreneurial world, that's a very huge transition. Very huge transition, and it's not for everyone. So what you do is you're signing people up. And I want you to, right now Rachel's putting builder there, and you can put another builder in the third box, but for now, I want you to just ignore the 2 red circles on the right that says builder, because remember, we don't have a builder yet. So she's just setting it up so it looks pretty, but just ignore that. So you have no builder whatsoever. So you're gonna go to your left side where you have a placeholder on your level 1 and a placeholder on your level 2, and then you're going to put your customers, and I'll have Rachel do like maybe 3 little C's in a small circle, in a smaller circle under the second placeholder, right there. Okay. Below the second, and go like to the left of it, like 3 little lines, and yeah, like that. And then she's gonna put a C. So we are gonna shove our customers underneath the second placeholder, guys, not the first. It's the second placeholder. Beautiful.
Can I ask why?
Yes, absolutely. So we don't want to put customers up top, right? We don't want to put any customers up top. We want to help build underneath. So we are setting this up as like an elite leg. Because if you guys remember, what is a silver?
3 elites.
3 elites. So what we're going to do is pump all this customer volume right under here, and we're the second placeholder, we're just going to keep putting them all under the second placeholder. We're not, because you can't put customers below customers, remember? It has to be a wellness advocate. So these 2 placeholders are both wellness advocates. They're not wellness customers, they're wellness advocates when they enroll. Okay, so we're just pumping and pumping. Now get this, you're gonna keep pumping all of your customers under second placeholder until this hits elite. So maybe we can put like a little 3K next to the Yeah, that's fine. Perfect. 3K. So until this becomes a stable elite line, like you have enough people who are ordering regularly, you know, they're on LRP, whatever, where that is like a solid elite. You don't have to, and once it hits elite, you don't have to pump any more volume there. We don't build anyone beyond elite. Okay, because otherwise, if you build people beyond elite, then they don't take ownership of their team, right? And then you do some enabling, and you don't want to do that. So you do that until that's elite, unless maybe even before elite, let's say you got it to 1,000 points or 2,000 points, like a solid leg of executive. And you identify a builder, like a real, like a Roxy, right? Like a Rachel and another Rachel, like they're definitely a builder for sure. Then and Jenny, right? Then we do not put underneath these placeholders, we're going to put them on our front line. Okay, on our front line. So let's go ahead and just in the builder box in the second one, let's just put like Roxy right there, because this is you up top, Rachel. Yeah, let's just put Roxy right there. Perfect. So you know what's cool about builders? You don't have to build underneath them. Right? They got this down. We don't need to pump customers underneath them. I mean, let's say if you are solid elite, maybe even more than elite in your placeholder legs, and Roxy needs a little help to hit, executive, then you could totally put customers under a Roxy to make sure that the person above, let's say you, Rachel, is going for Premier, for example. But pretty much the point is builders, they got it. They got it on their own. So now we have a place to shove our customers under these placeholders while Roxy and whoever the builder is, they're just going and going and going. And you're always showing up, you're supporting, you're helping them teach the classes initially and getting them trained on the business overview and just, simple basics of sharing and closing. Like you're doing all these things. You're pouring into them. It's not like you're not pouring into them, you're pouring into them, but they have the ability to bring in their own people. Okay? So, all right. Now, did you have anything to say?
Yeah, and I just wanted to really hit on like the idea of, or the difference, or the types of people that we bring into dōTERRA. And they're either customers or builders.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to customers, you know where to place them. But when it comes to builders, that's sometimes like a little bit more iffy when it comes to where do I place these people. And this strategy is like so amazing because it deals with that issue. So when it comes to, so Desiree was talking about like the rockstar builders. Those are like the types of people that you put on your front line. So say you built like your left leg, your placeholder leg to 3K, right? And all of a sudden your builders are like getting up to 3K also, like on their own, normally and naturally.
Yeah, so
right?
we want to put, let's put next to Roxy, that builder, do 3K.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, next to Roxy. Yeah, you can just put it on the side or something. Yeah, that's fine. 3K. So that's going to be an elite. Okay, so we have an elite there. Perfect. Which is elite is not that hard to do when your network doesn't know much about oils. You're new and you are just can't stop talking about dōTERRA. If you just can't stop talking about dōTERRA to your people, 3 elite is easy to accomplish.
Exactly. And now you also have another builder to the right. Mm-hmm. Is it like Abby Rose or Abby Howard?
Yeah, well, Abby Howard's on my front line, so we'll put her
okay.
there.
We'll just put Abby there.
Yeah.
So Abby Howard is right there on your third leg, and she's also 3K. So what now does that make you, Rachel?
A silver.
Silver.
Boom. Mm-hmm. And these guys are rocking it. They're bringing people in like on their own. They might need like a little bit of guidance and mentoring, but they're bringing people to you when it comes to customers and builders. Mm-hmm. right? So now you're still doing your thing, you're teaching classes, you're enrolling people, and now you find another builder.
Wait,
right?
before we do that, I want to mention one thing. So you have this 3K below, right? You are going to be enroller at, this is important to note, you're going to be enroller on both those placeholders that we did a long time ago. Make sure you are enroller on them. So the first placeholder, you are both enroller and sponsor. The second placeholder, if you guys don't know the difference, on the second placeholder, you are still the enroller, so Rachel would be the enroller. But then the sponsor ID, think of sponsor as placement. So the sponsor would be the ID of the first placeholder on top. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. So what we need to do here is we're gonna, so up till this point, until they're, maybe you need them to be executive for Premier or elite for silver, that's when you're gonna activate these accounts and put them on LRP. So they don't even need to be on LRP when you're first starting out unless you need one of those legs for a rank. So the first rank would be Premier, because Premier is the first rank that requires structure. And then the next rank would be silver. So you can activate either one of these, like either the top or the bottom. Do you see the bottom? It doesn't really matter because because the volume's underneath. So you'd have to activate one of these placeholders and get them on 100 LRP, right? And then that will be now a qualifying elite leg for the silver rank.
Mm-hmm.
So you activate it on LRP when it's needed. So remember, in that situation, these placeholders will be making money. So you've got to have these conversations with these placeholders from the very beginning, what to expect and how you guys want to handle it. If you need to devise a contract just to be safe, outside of dōTERRA's contract, then do that. Okay?
Cool.
All right.
Awesome. So now you're into like the building process, like months at a time now, like 6 months has passed, and now you're a stable silver, right? 6 months, a year, whatever that looks like. And you're a stable silver, and you're sharing and you're teaching classes, and all of a sudden now you find another builder. Right? And this builder is kind of a little bit of kind of challenge when it comes to their situation. Maybe they have a situation where they can only like do this part-time and are not necessarily running as fast as like Roxy or Abby would be.
So a
right?
slow builder. We call this, because we don't even really like the term share. Share is really great for volume and all, but there's going to be builders and maybe some slower builders.
Yeah. So now what you're going to do is create right under the
That's good. That's good, Rachel. Under
first placeholder?
Yeah. And then put a line from the top placeholder to that new circle you just did. Right there.
And then create another one. Say you find 2 slow builders.
Yeah, so do another circle next to it.
So, question, when you guys talk about slow builders, are these people that they're still like teaching classes, but what if they don't commit to or they're like, LRP is slacking? And
that is not, if they're not committed to an LRP, they're not
even a builder.
They're not even a builder.
Okay, perfect.
Mm-hmm. So these discussions have to be done because guys, this is your business. And so we don't care what people do. They can be a customer, they could be a slow builder or a builder. It doesn't matter. We just need to know where they're at and where they see themselves so that we can structure them in our organization. Because guess what? When you have a slow builder on your front line, or, it sucks. Like you're like, I wish it was under one of my rock stars because then it would help with volume for their Premier so that I could hit gold, right? So, we just want to have an honest, heartfelt conversation with anyone who potentially wants to share and show them like, this is my business and I want to serve you in the best possible way. And that would mean I need to place you properly. And so I don't want to, pressure you into doing, like, if you want a frontline position, I want you to understand that you would be a CEO in my organization. I would be building under you and supporting you, and it would be a huge role. If you don't want that responsibility, then let me know and I can place you somewhere else. Because I over the convention week, my assistant enrolled herself and she upgraded to wellness advocate without talking to me, and she was on my front line. And I'm like, no! I would be so, if I had to like work with her and teach classes for her, I would be so irritated. I would be so irritated because I'd be like, that volume could have been somewhere else to stabilize an elite, to stabilize a platinum for presidential diamond, right? So fortunately, thank God, my accounts manager like right away took care of it. So now she's placed about 5 levels below me, which helps to stabilize our higher ranks. So I'm like, thank goodness. Now I can be like, yes, honey, let's teach some classes, right? So that's just a simple example, but I tell you, placement, it affects how you're going to be available for your people.
And it's just a way to maximize the compensation plan. And that's really like what this strategy does, is it allows for like placement of the volumes where it's needed, so that you can maximize the compensation plan to the utmost that you can when it comes to it. So now, say another couple months pass by, and now your placeholder, like second placeholder, is a stable elite, and these slow builders are getting up to like executive elites also.
Yeah, let's put elite. Let's just say they're slow. And guys, when we're talking slow builder, these people might be taking 1 year, right, to be elite. So we're able to distribute our energy very well. Like the rockstar frontliners, we support them when we need to. Obviously, they're very critical in our organization. The customers are great place under the second placeholder. They're all good. And then we can attend to our slow builders in their time. And we're not like, you need to build faster, right? Because we have them structured in a place where, you know what? You just take your time. No big deal. And then eventually, what's going to happen is Roxy and Abby, these ladies are going to go Premier, which Roxy and Abby are already Premier. So it's awesome. So let's just put in Premier instead of the 3K. Let's just update it to Premier for both of those ladies. So, time has passed. Let's say like 8 months has passed or something, and they're pretty solid premiers, Roxy and Abby. So if you remember what a gold rank is, okay, because we already covered our silver with this placeholder strategy. A gold rank is somebody who has 3 premiers. Now, when I say 3 premiers, guys, this means they have to be on separate legs. Like if let's say Roxy had a premier underneath her, and Roxy's a premier and Abby's a premier, that doesn't count. There may be 3 premiers, but they have to be on separate lines. So Roxy's a premier and Abby's a premier. We now need our other placeholder to be premier, correct? So get this, what we're going to do, like you already have these slow builders that each have 3K, they're already elites. So we're gonna kickstart the placeholder up top, and you can put premier next to that placeholder. Actually, this person will most likely, if they had 3K, the 2 placeholders have 3K, right? And the first placeholder has 3K, that person's already a silver. That person's already a silver. So
this is when you actually transfer enrollership.
You're going to transfer enrollership.
The second placeholder to the first placeholder, and then the slow builders to the placeholder original.
Okay.
So transferring enrollership of these guys
to the top.
To make the first placeholder a silver.
Yes.
Exactly.
Or let's just say hypothetically you only had 1 slow builder, right? And they were an executive, and then the other placeholder is a solid elite. That would make them premier, right? It's just with this drawing right here, this person is already a silver. So you, Rachel, in this situation are automatically a gold rank.
Yeah.
Automatically a gold rank. Okay. And so, you know, Roxy and Abby, they're going to just truck along and they're going to rank advance because this is what they do. This is their life. It's same thing with us. It's what we do all the time. So, all right. So let's talk about
like a couple months more past.
Maybe 6 months, you know, guys, this is a long-term, possibly a 2 to 3 year plan. This is not like in 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So time passes and Roxy and Abby are now golds.
Okay.
Roxy and Abby are golds. And your slow play, even like Roxy and Abby, they're going to hit gold pretty fast. Right? But
yes, you are.
Yes. But the slow builders, they're going to take their time. So what would take Roxy and Abby, you know, like a year to hit gold, the other people might take 2 to 3 years. So this is typically what happens, because when these slow builders start reaching ranks of like Premier, because a Premier makes $1,100 a month on average. So they look at their structure like, oh my gosh, I only need one more leg and I'll be silver. And your average silver income is like $2,200. That's a pretty big jump. So when these slow builders hit Premier, something clicks in them and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna do it again. Or of course you could build underneath them, build another leg.
And I wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah.
But usually in a process of building, the whole aspect of being a slow builder, and we know like presidential diamonds,
they build
blue
out
diamonds and all that stuff that started slow.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually something clicked or something happened in their life where they were like, oh, I need to do this.
Yeah.
And they go full bore when it comes to that. So let's say, like, again, it's not like a overnight thing, but maybe it is. But now your slow builders are like getting up there. And say you find another rock star builder, and this is something that we didn't cover, is say you find another Roxy, but you don't necessarily know where to place them.
Yeah.
So you would place them in your second placeholder as an account transfer.
Yeah. So second one. So you can put in like
transfer. Okay.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you start another leg, which then you can start working on your diamond?
Yo, this is better, honey. This is better. I promise it'll make all the sense in the world. You're gonna be
no, this is really good, because I think like I would have probably been like, okay, we're gonna go for that fourth leg.
Yeah.
But no, that's really good to know.
Yeah.
Really
Just wait, it gets better.
Yeah, so you could put builder, a new one. So this is the account transfer form that you had them sign, and now your new builder is going to sign it. And this new builder, guys, we should have talked about this a little bit earlier. This new builder may come in way before, you know, Roxy and Abby are hitting silver and gold. Because if you're an active builder and you're very engaged, you're gonna find builders. I mean, it may not be in the first day, but if you're consistent and people know what you're doing and they're following you, they're gonna come to you for oil questions, and then eventually you'll find people. Okay, so you're gonna put your new builder into the second placeholder section. Is there a way? Okay, after you do that, can we just put the builder on top of the placeholder? Just
right here.
The blue circle right on top.
Figure out. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Right? And so guess what? This new builder has inherited a little bit of an organization, right? We're not going to give anyone beyond elite. And this new builder, they're going to go pretty fast. They're going to find their own people, but thank goodness they already have an elite organization. That's really nice. They've been gifted that. So over time, that new builder is going to go rise up in their own ranks. They're already elite, but they'll find another leg and, you know, they'll go premier and so forth, or a couple of legs and go premier and silver and gold and all on their own because they are a rock star builder. Super rock star. Now let's say these slow builders over time go hit silver. Can we do that? Let's make them no more. The slow builders are no longer elites because after a couple of years, they finally go silver rank. Nice.
This automatically makes you platinum, actually. So.
Yeah, you're already platinum because, what is a platinum? A platinum is 3 silvers. So you're already enroller in the top. Yeah, they're already silver, so it doesn't matter. Now.
And now your builder also, like on the accounts transfer, now that builder is silver.
Yeah, let's make that builder silver. You can just put S underneath them if it doesn't fit. Okay, now what we're going to do, look at this. We've got 2 golds up top, and we've got 3 silvers on our second level. What do we do in this situation? Get this. We are going to cancel.
No, not yet.
Oh, not yet?
So transfer enrollership.
Mm-hmm.
So now your second level, those enrollerships are actually belong to the first placeholder. Right, so what you want to do?
Oh yeah, because we did it earlier.
Yep.
Yeah. So what you want to do is transfer it back to you.
Which is legal. You can do that. You can transfer it back.
Right. Because you can do, I think, like 1 or 2 moves after a certain point, but transfer enrollership back to now like your solid second level like silver leaders. And once you have that done, now you cancel the first placeholder account.
Yep. So you're gonna need all of the enrollership of the second line back to you. All right. And then you're gonna cancel the first placeholder. Yeah, that's good. So when you cancel that first placeholder, now guys, it typically can take up to a year. So guys, this is a long-term plan, right? It can take up to a year for a placeholder to get out of your organization, and then the people below them move up a level. Now, if dōTERRA knows that you have the ability to hit diamond, no problem, right? Diamond, then they may speed up this process because dōTERRA wants diamonds. That's good for their business. Right, and then so you can probably delete that line and then make one that goes straight up. So you could do like an arrow up to all of these. So it could be reduced to 6 months, for example, maybe even 3 months. It just depends on your situation. And so then when you take away that first placeholder, all your 3 people, so rather than just having 1 person, now you got 3 people that have moved up to your front line.
So, and even without any growth, this automatically bumps you up to diamond. But in that time frame that you're waiting to kind of allow that placeholder to disappear, these guys are actually maybe able to hit gold, and now you're blue diamond with this structure.
Look at Roxy, she's going crazy.
I know, right? I'm like looking at my team, and then I'm looking at the design, and I'm looking at my team, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? I need to do this. My brain hurts.
I know. When we saw this, our brain hurt too.
And I'm like, I love the pictures, but I don't know how to take the notes on that.
Yeah, and this is something you may have to watch over and over again. I had to watch over and over again, and I've been dealing with placement for a while. Yeah. So to wrap your brain around it, like when you're starting out, all you need to know is you need 2 placeholders, okay? Have one on the top and one on the bottom. And then you're gonna shove your customers under the bottom. That's gonna carry you for a while because you're doing that until those placeholders go up to an elite rank. And then you put your rockstar builders in the front. Now, you're going to be speaking with your uplines as like you're like finding a potential builder, for example, so that we can guide you and help you in the best placement strategy. So you don't have to understand all these concepts right now, because remember, this is more like a 2-3 year plan. This is not like going to happen in a month. So don't worry about totally getting everything. Just rewatch the video and it will make sense. And study the ranks. Study the ranks, like what is a blue diamond organization? What is a platinum organization? What is a premier organization? And when you get the ranks, I love the ranks. The ranks are my favorite thing. When I first got into dōTERRA, I obsessively watched all these videos about the ranks and how freaking easy it is to make a lot of money in this business.
Mm-hmm.
So
awesome.
That's how you go blue diamond. So
and that's it. Guys.
So easy.
That's it.
That's all you gotta do, huh?
That easy. Okay.
Yeah.
How do we do that in a year? I'm just kidding.
Hey, there's people who've hit presidential diamond in 2 years. There's people who've hit diamond in 2 months. Mm-hmm. Granted, these people have very strong networks. They've already built their networks before dōTERRA.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Because your network is your asset.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So yeah, that's pretty much how it works. So any questions?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So, does that, I guess, do you like give them like, okay, so the placeholder, you give them your account number, so that way, I mean, their account number to the other placeholder under them. So instead of giving my account number, does that make sense?
I think you would give them yours still. They would still be your people, like as far as like customers and people you're signing up. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, like say, okay, so my builder, I already have some people in my mind that I want to, have as my builder. So the placeholder, so never mind. I'm trying to, I'll look at the ranks again and then go over it and then try to understand it better.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm trying to understand.
And we can talk with actual names to help you. You know what I mean? So like, just
Yes.
let me know, because this is kind of like the generic starter point, but then we can definitely get together and actually look at it from your specific organization to help you like maximize how to build.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm coming from right now. Thank you.
For sure, of course. But yeah, anything else you guys think that we missed as far as just this basic introduction goes? I know it's a lot of info, and I like they said, watch it a few times, because and that's why like we were like ready to present, but we were also like, let's just ask Desiree Alonto to do it for us, because we just really wanted to make sure that we got the correct information, because it's still, we're still learning it as well. We were just introduced to it.
Yeah, and let's go ahead and put this on YouTube. I'm going to put it on my channel so that others can see it. Okay.
Cool. Great. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for taking just a little bit of time with us and helping to break it down. And for sure, I will share this recording with you guys and share it on our page so that, you guys, Jennifer and Roxy, can also share it too.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Cool.
Hey, Desiree, what's the name of your,
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
Hey, Desiree.
Yes.
If I want to subscribe to you on YouTube,
Yes.
what's the title of your?
It's just my name.
Just your name? Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
That's my channel. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, thanks everybody.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Bye.